Okay guys, so these are the instructions for how to complete the graphic organizer for the essay for English 1, the argumentative essay over the Odyssey. The very first page of the packet that you were handed out in class, but also the digital copy, it tells us in this little paragraph here that the purpose of your essay is that you will argue whether or not Odysseus is a hero by citing textual evidence and drawing your own conclusions by relating Odysseus to today's standards of heroism. And so what we need to do is we have to create our pre-writing, we have to fill in our pre-writing guide so that the essay process is cut and dry. This little first page here just describes what each paragraph needs to have. The new change is right here. In the body paragraph, what you're going to be doing is providing 2 quotations to support your reasons for each body paragraph. That means that when you turn your essay in, you'll have 6 quotes total, 2 in each body paragraph. Okay? Last semester it was just 1 quote, now you had to do 2. For this one, right here is your brainstorm guide / graphic organizer. And so the first step is you need to choose whether you're going to go with Odysseus being a hero or Odysseus not being a hero. Once you've made that choice, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to brainstorm your top 3 reasons that you would be willing to write a body paragraph for each reason. You would write them right here. So the first thing you need to do is go to your master chart and just take a look at the heroic examples and non-heroic examples. Get a feel for what we already have, because you're not limited to just this list. You can go off script and find more examples in the text, but this is here for anybody who wants to use it. Okay, so let's just say that I want to write and argue that he is a hero, and one of my reasons is because of his leadership, his loyalty, and his determination, that kind of thing. So leadership, loyalty, determination, that kind of thing. What I'll do is first I would mark that he's a hero, then I would put here leadership, loyalty, determination, and then right here is the part where I have to type my thesis statement. And so these little boxes here that already have some writing on, because I was kind of practicing, but basically this example here and this example here are templates for a thesis statement that you can use. And your thesis statement is the last sentence in your introductory paragraph that states your essay's claim. So it's very important that you have a concise and very direct thesis statement. So for this project, we're giving you the template. All you have to do is fill in those colored boxes there with your 3 traits. Okay? So if you think he's a hero, you'll use this one. If you think he's not a hero, you'll use this one. So given this information, Odysseus qualifies as a hero due to his blank, blank, and blank. And so those 3 qualities just get plugged in right here, here, and here. So I'm going to wow, not type. Alright, so there's my first example, leadership, my second example, loyalty, my third example, determination. Now, if you had the word leader or loyal, you'll notice when you're writing your sentence that it won't sound right due to his leader, due to his loyal. So you'll have to change the word and manipulate it a little bit to make it make sense to your sentence. That is called parallelism. When you have 3 things, they all kind of have to have the same word part So you can't have one say leadership and then the other one say loyal, because that would not make sense. They all have to be like all nouns or all verbs or all adjectives, and that way they all are parallel to each other, okay? So if you have a trait here that you really like, but it doesn't sound right here and you can't make it work, just email Miss Weatherington and me, and we can help you create a better thesis statement, because it will sound off when you read it to yourself, okay? So that's your thesis statement, and once you get that approved by us, you're free to move on to the next part. Okay, so the next part is right here. This is the graphic organizer part. So what you'll do is you'll write your first quality here that you wrote on your thesis statement. This will represent your first body paragraph. So mine is leadership. So I'll write right here, I'll write leadership like that. And then my next quality would be loyalty. So I'm going to go down to the next box that's highlighted. I'm going to write loyalty. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing for my orange box, which is for my sentence, determination. Okay. Once I'm done doing that, now it's time to start filling in the blanks. We already did the heavy legwork for this with our heroic deeds tracking chart, so you're just going to be copying and pasting from that for the most part. You might have one that needs an example that we didn't cover in class, so you might have to do some thinking and actually go back to the textbook to find some stuff. But for the most part, if you pick pretty common qualities, you should probably be okay to just find all this information already composed on this document here. Okay? Alright, so right here, anytime you start a body paragraph, you have to start with a transitional phrase. So we have hyperlinked transitional phrases here that you can use. I'm just going to give you one to begin. Is a perfect way to start your first body paragraph. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste your paraphrase for your first quality. So if I say leadership, I'm going to go and find an example of leadership, and then I'm going to just take that and I'm going to copy and paste it over here to my paraphrase. Okay? Now, once I copy and paste that, I'm going to proofread it, and I'm also going to add any details to make it sound like a solid answer, a solid thought. So, proofread it, go back and look at it, see if you can add any detail, and then once you're done, you can move on to the next part, which is your quote. Right here it says signal phrase, because you're going to have to give a signal phrase to your quote. So if this is my quote, I'm going to go ahead and add it, because I'm working across on my packet. Odysseus demands that Circe change his men back into human form, Homer 776. Now I'm going to add my signal phrase, so I'm going to go to my word bank, and right here's our little instructions for how to add a signal phrase. So it comes right before the quote. Odysseus demands is already in my quote for this particular one, so I might actually go like that. And then I'm going to just, because I'm adding a signal phrase that already kind of has the same feel as the line in the text, I'm just going to delete that a little bit. There. Odysseus demands that Circe changes men back into human form. Okay? After that, I am going to go over here and put my result. And I'm going to copy and paste it over here on my result. Once I'm done with that, I just need to proofread everything in this little section and look at this as basically half of my body paragraph. So this would be where, if I wanted to, I could add a little bit more information here. I could add even a little bit more here if I wanted to, but for the most part, that is my first example. And then what I'll do is the same exact thing for my second example on how Odysseus shows leadership. So I'll go back to the drawing board, I'll look for another transitional phrase, and then I'll go and find in our list another example of him showing leadership. And once I do that, I'll copy and paste it over here, paraphrase, that kind of thing, and then find my quote, and then find my results. So I'm really just copy and pasting a lot of information here. If you come across a quality or trait that you used that is not in our tracking chart very often, it's very likely that you could probably use another example for a different quality for it. And if you're wondering if something would work for something else, just let us know. Email us and ask us. We can always look at the chart and give you feedback on that, okay? All right, so that's what you're doing. You're going all the way through and you're filling in your graphic organizer all the way down. Each box topic needs to have 2 separate reasons, okay? Just 2. And if you're struggling to find one, or if you have a trait that you thought, man, I don't think that trait's going to work, and you want to change it, that's fine. Right now you have a working thesis. Once your graphic organizer is done, your thesis cannot be changed anymore, and it's not working anymore. So make sure if you happen to change your mind here and you're like, wait a second, I don't like that trait, I can't really find anything, I can't defend this trait, and you change it, that you also go back to your thesis statement and you change it here. Okay, so if you picked a new term, fix it here too, okay? Once you're done filling in your graphic organizer, then it's time to start writing your essay, which we will do in another video lesson.